Okay, I got you started. One thing I want to do is, I want to write this down, is the organizing process. There's certain steps to organize, I want to give you those, so we go through these right now. The organizing process. And the process is an organized, systematic way of doing things, not jumping around. There is a process, you follow the steps, you don't jump over steps. The first step in organizing is obviously planning. If you're not planning, you will be disorganized, I guarantee it. So that's why the first step is planning. And what is planning? It's forecasting future events before they occur. That's what the word means. Forecasting future events before they occur. Looking ahead. That's why we want to look at 1 week. Not asking to go forward. Every week. Turn in a weekly planning. You deal with your project manager. Let him help you with it. So you get it. And every week you got to turn it in. If you're not going to turn it in or you don't want to do planning, I cannot keep you as a foreman. I'm a journeyman. Well, that doesn't mean you can be a good foreman. You know how to do the work, but we want to do the work now. And we want you to be a manager, supervisor, leader. Well, if you don't want to do the things that require good management, we're not going to put you in the job. I don't want to fight and argue with you. I don't want to force you to do things. I want you to we'll teach you how to do it, and you do it. And you pay up your guy to go to every time you want to learn something. He's there, the developer of people. So you plan. Then you prioritize the work. Put things in order of importance. You got to list the tasks in order of importance, put a date and a time of day next to each one. When do they have to be completed? The time of day and the date. That's what they're expected. If you cannot reach that, you got to talk to me. See if I can make an adjustment for you. Maybe I can't. Maybe the general contractor said this has to be done by Friday, 4 o'clock. Now I have to give you some of the resources to do it. Some wiggle room. Sometimes I don't have any wiggle room. Keep in touch with me. If you think you're not going to meet that deadline, you got to talk to me because we have to make a shift. We have to make an adjustment. But if you don't talk to me, I can't read your mind. 3, then let's schedule those activities, whatever we write down. What do you schedule? You schedule manpower, tools, equipment, material, and duration. That's what you schedule. Tools, material, equipment, manpower, and duration. You need something, equipment by Wednesday, 2 o'clock. Don't wait till Wednesday, 1 o'clock and call me. I can't turn on the dime. Give me a couple of days' notice and get you what you need. Then the third step in organizing is dividing the work, breaking it down into small pieces. Take a bigger picture and we break it down. You know, I broke the construction process down 4 phases. Job startup, job preparation and planning, job in progress, job closeout. And each of those phases, certain job controls need to be in place. And we're organized. You follow those controls, we're going to be okay. So that's dividing it into smaller pieces. Get a macro schedule. How do we break it down? Got the bigger picture. How do we boil it down? Then the next one is assign the work, delegate. And delegation is what I call the 3-legged stool. So what do we delegate to people? That's spend time. Secondly, authority. How much authority are you going to give people? How much can they handle? Write this down. There are 6 levels of delegated authority. You got to know what can your people handle right now in their career? What did they handle? How much decision-making power really we give them? Well, if you've never worked for me before, I'm going to start you out at level 1. Okay? Level 1 is when you have a problem, clearly identify it, and bring it to me. Bring it to me. Be specific. Then write down why it happened. Tell me what the problem is and why did it occur. Bring it to me, I'll take it from there. Thank you. All you can do right now. And when you do that well after a while, I'll move you to level 2. Level 2 is now when you identify the problem and underlying causes. Give me some suggested solutions. Now when you come to you give me some suggested solutions. I think you're ready for that. If you're not telling me, we'll get back to 1. This is adjustable. I don't want to give you more than you can handle. You do that well after a while, then we'll move you to level 3. Now you come to me with a solution. Okay? Tell me, give me one answer. And I'll take it from there. Thank you. Level 4 is now when you come to me, give me a solution, and then you and I will now collaborate. We'll work together. We'll talk about it together. And we'll come up with a joint decision. Okay? And go execute. Level 5, when you come to me, give me one answer and execute. Okay? I think you're probably pretty good by that. I think if there's something I'll ask them. Usually by this time you're pretty good with giving me what the answer should be. Number 6, you're on your own. You don't need me anymore. Make decisions. Just tell me how they turned out. Okay? Why do I need to know how they turned out? Why do I need to know that? What if you made a mistake? I didn't know that. General contractor comes to me and tells this foreman doesn't know what he's doing. He made a bad decision. I don't even know what you're talking about. See, I was left out of the loop. Because I want to take the blame for that. You say, no, I made this decision and it didn't work. I just want you, you're probably going to hear from the general contractor. Don't worry about it. Thank you. General contractor said, what's going on? I said, it's my fault. I told him to do that. Not his fault, my fault. Can we talk a little bit? No, I'll work on that. Never threw anybody under the bus. Never. What if I gave with my foreman? Trust. So it's an adjustable, up and down, 6 levels, gotta know your people. But the more you get people on the road, the better off you are. You don't need me anymore. Do your job. I have a contractor right now, when a foreman gets to that level, they make him a general foreman and give him a raise and has him work with the project manager. Like you may take 2 jobs to manage, working with a PM, take some of the load off. And that's a path to project management now. There's a general foreman that when he gets better at it, and we need another PM, guess who my PM is going to be? One in the house. I want to go outside. I never want to go outside the company unless I have to. I don't have anybody internally. But if we're not developing people, we'll never have anybody internally. And those people that want to move up and they can't move up in a company and they're good people, they're going to take off. So that's how we lose good people. We don't have a path to higher level position. Okay? So people, I don't know why that guy left. He's 10 years in office and he's gone. He's gone because you didn't offer him an opportunity to move up in the company. You want to hire somebody from the outside. That's an insult. Oh man, I screwed that one up. Yeah, and you know what? You'll never get them back. See, once people make up their mind, you'll never talk them out of it. Once I make up my mind, I don't even want to talk to you. You can throw me under the bus. I'll get a job somewhere else. Thanks anyway. So, when you're delegating, don't just delegate the task, how much authority. And then when those 2 things are done with a person, you have created an obligation. Now you have an obligation to do your job. You know how much power you have now. And then therefore, the stool doesn't break, doesn't fall down. When the legs are missing, boom. So assigning the work, know your people. What can they handle? What are they ready for? Next one is don't perform. Go do the work. Go perform. And I'll check and follow up on how you're doing. The next one is called linking up. When you have a problem, you call me on your support. I'm going to link up with you. Or anytime you have an issue or a problem or not know what to do, you call me, I will be there for you. And then I'm always, the last one is monitoring the work. Is it being done right? Is it, the problems of some coaching? Always checking. And that's where that managed by walking around comes in. You want to be visible on the job site. You don't want to be calling foremen into the office. Go out there. Because when you're out there, you can be checking conditions as well as working with the foreman. Never leave a job site until you contact the GC superintendent and ask them, how are we doing? How are we doing? Got any feedback from me? How's my foreman doing? I'm not waiting for the GC to call me. I'm going to preempt that. Before I walk out of this job, I'm going to go find that GC superintendent or call him wherever he's at and say, hey, I just walked the job. We're doing pretty good. We've got some issues. I took care of them. You got anything you want to say to me? You want to stay in the loop here. We're your partner. I see too many project managers go on a job, walk around, and they leave and don't even talk to the GC superintendent. He's out of the loop. He may have something to say to you, but you didn't make the contact. So you always want to be in touch. Write down these letters. P, D, C, A. What's P? Plan the work. What's D? Do and? Well, first, delegate and do. C? Check the work. Thank you. Check the work. How's it going? What do you do if the foreman is meeting standard? Praise them. Now, the bullet point under C is work being done to standard, positive reinforcement. Anytime you see somebody doing something right, let them know that. It's a motivator. If you never say anything to me, I may lower my performance. I don't think you care. Okay? That may not be true, but that's my perception. You never talk to me about anything. And the only thing you ever talk to me about is negatives. I don't want to see you anymore. If I'm not meeting standard, what should you do? Come to me. No more criticism, folks. Get rid of it. It's a demotivator. It does not raise a level of performance. It lowers it. Don't ever use the word. It's got a negative connotation. Needs improvement. Sounds better. So language gets us in trouble a lot. Huh? So A is assess the work, positive feedback, negative coaching. And then the last A is adjust the plan. You may hit an obstacle, you may have to make an adjustment. Something gets creeps in the way, okay, so it's a lot of problems in the doing. If there's an obstacle, we identify it and remove it. Don't complain about it, don't cry about it, don't moan about it, don't play fight. Get it out. That's leadership. Leaders don't focus on negatives. They eliminate them. So don't make a big deal about problems, make a big deal about progress. Always be problems. My job is to come out of that bad situation by being a positive leader, not a negative. So that's really what organizing is about. Those are all the steps in organizing. So it's not easy, but it needs to be organized. So how do we diffuse anger? We have problem solving. How many steps? Stay after school. Good, thank you. You can say out loud. There's flexibility. Why do we have to be flexible? Thank you. Every situation is different. It's got to be flexible. Not rigid. Not missing. What's the compliment? What does that mean? Yeah, always start when you talk to somebody, if they're having a problem, the first thing you start with, you talk about what they do well. That creates listening. And then you ask the question, what is it you're having a problem with? Do you know what your problem is? Because if you don't, I'm going to point it out to you. But I think you probably know what it is. You're going to get mad at me? No, not at all. I'm going to help you overcome it. I'm going to coach you. Right? Incorporate active listening. Okay? So ask questions and what is paraphrasing? You should have said it. Anyway, what's paraphrasing? You know, if I give somebody an instruction, I say, repeat back to me what you think I meant. Why do I need to do that? If you weren't listening. So if I find out you can't repeat back to me, we start all over. I don't get mad. I say, look, I'm leaving. You got to get this done. I won't be back for 3 hours. So let's go over it again. Pay attention. I'll give it to you again. Now repeat back to me what I want you to do. I'm not leaving until I know you know what to do. I don't want to come back after a couple of hours and it's not done. Yeah, now we got delays, and it's our fault. Now the general contractor is upset, and it should be. I didn't do my job. I didn't really find out if you retained what I communicated to you. Okay, so that's important. Meta-communicate. What does that mean? Meta-communicate. Go above the problem. Somebody said, oh, I can't stand this place anymore. Gee, what's going on? Why are you so upset right now? Meta-communicate. I don't get angry. I say, well, why are you ranting and raving? What happened? Oh, there's that general contractor. He comes over here, wants me to get this done. Then tells me to come down here. And then 20 minutes later, he's running upstairs. What do you want me to do? Walk them. That's not acceptable. Tell you to start here, and 20 minutes later, you come here to run upstairs. You got to demobilize and we got to go find out if he's going to pay us for this. We're not going to be bouncing around the job because he wants us to do that. Unacceptable. Let's go talk to him. Going above the freight. If he wants us to bounce us around, that's fine, but you're going to have to pay us. You sign this extra work ticket. If you don't sign the extra work ticket, we're not bouncing up there. I'm going to throw you off the job. Do what you got to do. That's fine. Throw us off the job. You know, you're not going to intimidate me. We want to work with you, but you got to do the right thing on your end. Take the blame. If I screw up, it's my fault. Okay, you're right. Let's move on. I don't make excuses. You know, I don't always do the right thing, but I won't pass the blame to somebody else. I'll accept it. Take control of the conversation. If somebody is trying to raise them, hold on a second. Can I get you a cup of coffee so we can continue this conversation right now? I know you're angry, but I don't know why. I acknowledge the anger, but I don't know why. You can sit down and tell me why you're so angry, or do you want to take a break? I'm trying to confuse all this. You'll never forget that. So use transition phases. You know, can we both talk about this for a few minutes? I'll come back to you in another 20 minutes after we calm down. I don't want to get into an argument with people because this resolves nothing. Resolves nothing. don't become the problem. Don't you put blame, arguing, fighting, name calling. Don't become the problem. Become part of the solution. And always do that. That's the image I have. Let's talk about managing time. First of all, there's 6 steps in them to involving time. You could have it, yeah.
Class 2.
So clearly, take number 2. Yeah, so if I want to resolve now, I gotta find out what you want, you gotta know what I want. What you want, what I want, these are different things. Yeah. I may want you to meet the schedule, and you say, well, I need some certain equipment to do that. So if I can do what you want, you probably can do what I want. So always find out what the other party wants from you. And then, are you willing to give them that? I want you to put 3 more guys out on the job tomorrow. No. Why do you want that? To meet the schedule. I have a better idea. Okay. That would help. Give me one. Yeah. Okay. Here's my weekly planning sheet. Are you okay with this? Okay. When you get what you want, and I get what I want, where are we at? Establish relationships. Let's work together. Let's cooperate. I need you, you need me. How can we have a team relationship here? And we need each other. You do different things, I do different things, but how can we come together? And I want to work with you. I want to have a team relationship. Action plan is how we're going to solve the problem. And we're doing that in the problem solving. It's our action plan. No action plan, no resolution. A commitment is I will take care of my end of the bargain. Will you take care of your end of the bargain? I will not accept, I'll try. So let's talk about it. Why don't you say I'll try? If you mean no, usually when people mean no, they say I'll try. Don't fall into the trap. Back up. Say, what do you mean? Yes or no? I'll try. If you don't do it, then my fault. You're okay. I accepted that statement. I'll never accept that statement. That's a cop-out statement as far as I'm concerned. Safe zone. No, you get it done or we don't get it done. Keep talking. Any other things that you on your mind that are bugging you, bring them up. We'll take care of it. And then after it's over, provide feedback. How does the person do? If you like the job, well, I thank you. I really appreciate what you did there. Follow through on my the process I gave and it worked. Thank you for that. It's like success. Yeah, let's go back to this. So there are strategies for dealing with conflict. Let's go over them. What do you think about avoiding conflict? We avoid conflict. It says leave well enough alone. Yeah, it's no big deal. It's not a big deal. Is that a good idea? That's all we're talking about. Okay.
Drop sign, that's fine.
Avoiding is what? It's retreating. Write that down. We're retreating. I'm walking away. I don't want to deal with this. It's an I don't care attitude. And I don't really care what your issues are. I just don't want to deal with it. I walk away. Take my football and go home. What's that going to do in the minds of the person I'm working with? What's their attitude towards me? Not positive. Yeah. Okay. So we're digging in our heels. Is there ever a time to avoid anything? If I don't have all the information, I might say, will you give me 15 minutes? I've got to check with my office on this to see if they're willing to do this. You're asking me to give you some additional equipment, which is going to cost money. I have to check with my office on that. Can I get back to you in 15 minutes? So I'm leaving it alone for 15 minutes. Okay? Because right now, I don't have the power to make that decision. You're asking for something that has a monetary investment. I don't have that power. So let me check with my office and I'll get back to you with an answer in 15 minutes. And I will get back to you in 15 minutes. Right? I'm the one who said that. I'm the one that's going to do it. And if I do come back and I can't get the money, I will give an alternative solution. There might be another way to handle this. I'm always trying to satisfy the customer within reason. So avoiding typically is not a good idea. Time. Smoothing it over. Don't worry, everything will be fine. Baloney. Okay, that's another cop-out. What you want to work on is what can you and I agree to? Now, where do we disagree? What is the real issue? So we don't want to just agree to disagree because then there's no action. There's always got to be some action on somebody's part to move forward. So smoothing works if you really want to preserve harmony with your customer. So rather than argue, I say, okay, I'm just going to give this guy another guy and not even going to get into it. We'll cover that. I just don't want to get into an argument here because I value this customer and I like to keep him. So to preserve harmony and maybe the client, I might give up something. It might cost me something, but in the long run, I win because we get more work. Maybe before you do that, you got to check with somebody in the company. Okay. Compromising. Half a loaf is better than nothing. We split the difference. You get something, I get something. So partial satisfaction. I didn't get everything I wanted, but what I got is okay, and you got something, and so we have a good relationship. Sometimes we compromise. But both parties will work together to resolve the issue. Okay, so it's open communication, being honest with each other. Forcing it will be done my way. It will be done my way. This is the way we're going to do it. I don't care what you think. So it's lack of concern for the other person's situation. I don't give a damn about this guy. Okay? Well, that's not going to work, right? Forcing. Is there ever a time when you have to just do something? The building's burning. What do I do? Go have a meeting? No, you gotta get a hose. So sometimes I just have to act. It's a real serious matter. No time to have a meeting and talk about it. Just do something. I might just take the responsibility and make it happen because we're running out of time. Usually not a good idea. Forcing people because that creates animosity. Where you want to be is collaborate. Always see if you can start with collaborating. Start with that. Get the person you're talking to will go with that step right away because it's you and I working through the situation. You got ideas, I got ideas. So we work through our differences in a positive way and we value each other. Why would you agree to that? So let's see if we can work it out. Usually that's a good place to start. So this takes effective listening and emotional control. You're going to collaborate, you got to be an effective listener and maintain emotional control. You don't blow up. That was cut off the conversation. So what we're doing here is sharing power. You're going to do something else. Going to get us the end result. But always know what the objective is. What is that we're really trying to accomplish? Look at what you're shooting at objective. So typically when you do that, you got commitment and acceptance. Anytime you're in conflict with somebody, go here right away back. You can do that. Then you might have to go to the fallback position. That doesn't work. You might have an unreasonable contract. Find that out right away. There's different strategies for resolving conflict. So collaboration requires openness and trust. You're going to do the truth and you're going to hold it back. Be honest. When you're honest with each other, the trust relationship. You're not lying to me, you're not sugarcoating anything, you're not talking out my head. Empathy is I understand what you're going through. Put myself in your emotional position. You're upset, I understand why you're upset. We didn't have enough people on this job to do it the way you want it done. I apologize for that. Won't happen. Putting myself in your position of emotion. That's something positive. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take care of it. It'll happen. Equality and support. And when it comes to working out and negotiating with people, to get your stuff. They don't mean anything. Entitlement mean anything. Do what I hear. Let's work it out. Don't play this game. Well, I got more authority than you. Nobody cares. I really wish in this system we didn't have any titles. Seriously. I don't really think there's a need for titles. But I guess there is when you pay people. This guy needs more than this guy. Really, it doesn't matter what our titles are. We work through the thing and let's not let that get in the way. Get your ego out of the way. And emotional control. And it was, look, that's the best place to start. You still find people who will go with that. Not all the time, but 70–80% of the time you can start. Hey, study back in your groups. I don't know what group you're in on. Get a hit. One more time, is everybody signed in? All right, another group leader. You're going to follow these 6 steps on how to resolve a conflict. This is a conflict case study. And then we'll have the group leader reports. So somebody can describe the group leader.
So, sir, you know, I feel that's
Delicious.
You can share this group leader role. Don't have the same person doing it all the time.
I'll do it.
There you go. Thank you.
Give me your review.
I know you served your term. Thank you. Thank you very much for serving. Well, I love it. So we're in it. I just don't read it out here. Yeah.
I have, I'll take it.
So,
That's exactly what.
one thing I like is this.
Good morning. It's 4 o'clock. Let me get this straight. Let me get this straight. You want 5:45, probably. Well. Falling behind schedule.